Hello, everyone, and welcome to another edition of the Smart Investor Market Show, where smart investors get their up to date financial information and market price analysis. Well, in this episode, we're going to speak about the gold sector. We're going to take a deeper look at what is happening in gold. Recently, I was speaking about a breakout in the prices of gold. So, we're going to take a look at what is the status of that breakout, and we will look at 4 or 5 stocks in the gold sector. So that is very exciting for those of you who are interested in getting in on an emerging trend. We're also going to summarize what's happening across the different markets. Very active markets today, especially in the currencies and the precious metals. So we will take a look at that. But first, let me just say thank you all for your kind words of support. We're a young channel, and it's my intention to grow this channel, and it will grow the channel with your help, because the goal of the show is to really give you unfiltered, unbiased, free from the mainstream media financial price analysis. Okay, so taking a look at the major US indices, we see that S&P 500 is down 5, the Dow is down 66, and the Nasdaq is down 10. And we have some follow through selling from the huge rally we had yesterday. And I spoke yesterday about this series of lower highs, lower lows on the shorter term charts for the S&P 500. To regain our bullish footing, we want to see the market break this series of lower highs and lower lows. So if we get back up here for the bulls, we do not want to see the market again move down to this level or even close below these levels around the 2400 region. So that's what we're keeping an eye out on for the S&P 500. Market is kind of in a tussle between the bulls and bears, and we'll just have to see who will win. But for now, the market, I would say, all in all, though, the momentum is neutral at this point in time, and we just need to see the other players step in to see which direction the market will go. Looking at the Dow Mini, similar situation. We had a strong bullish candle yesterday, bullish momentum yesterday, and that momentum has abated slightly. And we want to see that series of lower highs, lower lows being broken on the Dow Jones Industrial Average, similarly to the S&P 500, what I spoke about. Taking a look at the VIX. Let's just look in the equities. We see that the VIX is up slightly today. Actually, it's up some 4%. And for those of you who are new to the VIX is a volatility index. And when the VIX moves up, that means there's more volatility. There's a bit more fear in the market at this point in time. But nothing to get too scared of at this point in time. The FTSE over in England, just to give you a recap, was up 0.91. The DAX was down 0.45, and the CAC 40 was down 0.32%. So markets have been fairly negative across the board. The Nikkei was up slightly, and the Shanghai index was down 0.08%. So essentially a mixed picture for the equities or the major equity indices across the world, with a bias to the downside. Looking on the chart of the German DAX, we still are in a series of lower highs, lower lows on the hourly charts here. Well, this is a 4-hour chart, and until this momentum is broken, the bias will be slightly to the downside on the German DAX. And just bear in mind, this has been a traditionally a weak season, especially coming to this latter half of or latter part of August. Let's take a look at the US dollar index. US dollar index again down today. Market is trying to hold on support to the support drawn, as you can see, by this red line on the chart. And market participants, the bulls, dollar bulls, are trying to keep it above this level here, and the bears are trying to push it below. And one thing with currencies, they respond to support and resistance levels well. So if we see this area around the 92 level being broken considerably, that would be fairly bearish for the dollar, and we could see a further move down in the value of the US dollar. Japanese yen, the euro currency is up today versus the US dollar. Very positive price action. And for the euro to gain more traction, we need to see a close above 120. A close above this 120 level would signal to the bulls that this selling pressure around 119 to 117 has gone away, and it is smoother sailing to the upside. Japanese yen coming up on resistance. Japanese yen is coming up on resistance in this 92 level. So for the yen bulls, the market needs to break above that level for us to see further gains. Break above 92 and this other resistance around 93. If it clears that level, that would signal to me that the yen is on a rebound situation. And what could happen is that if stocks start to sell off aggressively, we could see a rise in Japanese yen, because Japanese yen traditionally acts as a safe haven currency. So this is a trade that looks like it's gaining momentum, and we see higher highs, higher lows with this Japanese yen. This trend that is emerging is not very strong at this point in time, but this could be the beginning of a turnaround in the Japanese yen, and that when we see money flocking into the Japanese yen, that does not normally bode well for equity markets, and we could be at a position where equities will struggle in the next couple of weeks if we see the yen moving up considerably. Okay, let's take a look at the oil market. The last one I will cover is gold, because we are going to take a deeper look into the gold market. Crude oil is up today, up near that $48 region. But as you can see from this price analysis, the market is really moving sideways. And until we get a breakout of roughly between 42 and 56, unless the market breaks out of that region, we could see this choppy, trendless type of market. Not very good for trend traders. Good for some option strategies, but not good for trend traders. Okay, looking at a stock, someone quickly asked me to reanalyze, and we spoke about it yesterday, and that was Nike. And what I said yesterday is that Nike has been, it was a good stock. It was moving up nicely up until 2016, until we started to see this series of lower highs, lower lows in the value of the stock. As you can see here, lower highs, lower lows. Market is trying to turn around here, but failed at the $60 region, which is strong resistance. What would I be doing if I was long this stock or was into this stock? I would be looking to sell this stock and wait until a more favorable pattern of higher highs, higher lows emerges in Nike. But at this point in time, this is just a sell to me, and unless we get above the $60 region, I would not be interested in this stock at all. Now let's take a look at the gold market. And yes, stocks are up at this point in time. And yesterday I was speaking, or not I was speaking. I was at an event, and folks were talking about how good the stocks are. Will the market go up to 25,000, 30,000? And that normally says to me that when you see the average investor speaking about the market, and the bullish potential of the market, that normally gives me a bit of a pause, because these folks weren't regular investors who invest in the markets. They are now looking to get in the market for the Dow to go up to 30,000. And unfortunately, it's normally these retail investors that get in late into the party. Now, why we're looking at gold and looking at other markets is because what will happen next. We need to know what is the next emerging trend, because I would say the stock market may or may not have some room to move to the upside, but by and large, the majority of the rally in stocks, I believe, is behind us. So I believe we're in the top 10% of the stock market rally at this point in time. And what next? Are we going to sit? Are we going to sit and watch stocks turn around and take away much of our profits, or are we going to find what is next? Investing in the markets is normally looking for what's next. What is the next thing? What is the next trend that is emerging? And that brings me to the gold market here. Uh, this is a this was a consolidation pattern in gold. Consolidation means that prices were meandering uh, between price points, and what we have here is gold looking to break out to the upside. And if we see this market close above the 1300 level, look at this 1300 level, how the market price has gone up to here, went back down, on up 1300, went back down, up again, and we see the market is at around 1300. What we want to see to confirm or to get more confidence in this breakout in gold is a market above 1300 hitting the 1320 region, and then that could signal to me that we have completed a turnaround, because gold is trying to bottom out. That's what's happening here. The bottom in November 2015, the market broke its lower highs, lower low momentum, went to the upside, and is now trying to make a new high. So this is what I am seeing with gold. Naturally, this could fail, but this is what I think will be the next thing. And this differs from a lot of investment services that are always bullish gold. I am part of a newsletter, and I follow a lot of investment services in email, and they're always long gold. Even throughout this massive decline we saw in gold, they were long gold, or they were recommending buying gold. Let's just take a look at the weekly chart. So gold made a top in 2011, and they have always advocated buy gold, even though the value of gold went from 1900 roughly to $1,000, nearly lost half of its value, but folks were still advocating to buy gold. So I'm not one of the folks who believe that you should just always buy gold. There's a time and place for everything. And I believe if we start to see the metal move above the $1,300 region, that could be the sign, the first sign that this market could turn bullish over the next couple of months. Now, just because it could turn bullish, that doesn't mean it will go straight up. And normally, when a market is bottoming out, you have to play the price action carefully, and your positions have to be managed well, even if you're a buy and holder. Okay, so let's just take a look at some gold stocks here. So this is the futures price of gold. As you can see, market trying to bottom out. So let's take a look at some gold mining stocks. And as I said earlier, if gold really is at a bottoming out, we could see some huge moves up in the value of some of these stocks. So this, I believe, if subject to market confirmation, could be the next great bull market. This could be the next great thing if the market confirms it. So while stocks are looking like they are on shaky ground, we have to look elsewhere. And ABX, Barrick Gold Corp, this was a stock that was once at $55. We have had a huge move down to almost $5. The market has recovered $16. The market is trying to bottom out here. And currently at 16.95. If we trade above 2021, that I would get more interested in this stock. But this is a stock to look out for if gold starts to really accelerate to the upside. The next stock, let's take a look at Royal Gold. Okay. Now this gold stock is near its high, uh, that was made in July 2016. Taking a look at the weekly chart, we see that the all-time high in this stock was at the $100 region, and the market is strong. Even though we have had a significant decline in gold, the market declined, yes, to it went from 100 to 25, and now it's on a trajectory upwards. This moved from $25 up to $85, and it's currently at 87. I believe that this has room to grow to the upside, and we'll be keeping an eye out on this one. Royal Gold to me is a stronger play than ABX, which is Barrick Gold. FNV. FNV. I noticed we're just taking a look at price action for profitable opportunities. This is Franco Nevada is something that I'm positive on also. But just remember, if you get into these plays, you need to manage them correctly. So this is something that I believe has the potential to really move to the upside. The stock is near its all-time high, near this $80 region, and if we see gold accelerate to the upside, this could be a stock that really takes off in the gold sector. This is something that I like very well, and if the market really starts to trend, this stock could do well over the next couple of months to years. And that's one of the good things when you listen to the Smart Investor Market Show. We're not giving you a lot of theory. We're giving you actionable price analysis. What could profit in the future? And we'll be visiting these stocks a couple of months from now. I'm not saying you must go out and buy them at that's not what I'm advocating. What I'm advocating is that we should watch these. Actually, two of them I do rate as a buy at this point in time. But when the metal is bottoming out, sometimes you buy and you may have to exit and then buy again. So you have to time it properly and time it correctly. So it's something that needs ongoing management to really maximize your profit. Agnica Eagle Mines, this is also not a bad stock. And if since 2016 we have seen it move from 20 to 46. Market is in a consolidation mode at this point in time. I believe it's just looking for gold to break out to the upside for some more positive price action. Would this be my first choice? No, I really prefer FNV and RGLD over this play. And the last one we'll look at is GOLD, aptly named gold. GOLD, a bit off of its all-time high. Uh, Significant resistance up in that $125 to $130 region. So this is something that has been positive, moving sideways slightly to the upside over the last couple of trading sessions, and this is a play to watch. I still prefer FNV and RGLD, but this is definitely better than Agrico Eagles, just looking on the price action. And for those of you who want to know how you can get broader exposure to gold, you can look at the GLD, which is the gold ETF. It's currently trading at $122, and this is an ETF that gives you exposure to the metal. If you don't want to take on the risk of individual stocks, this is definitely something that that is very good. GLD, gold ETF. Okay, I hope you enjoyed the plays, and we will be monitoring them over the next couple of weeks. Every now and then I'll give you an update to see how it's going on. Naturally, if we get a turnaround situation in gold where gold really sells off hard, we will update you. And that's why investing in the markets it's good to pay attention to what the markets are doing week in, week out, because something can change at the whim of a hat. But I believe that this gold sector will do fairly well over the next couple of years. Okay, we're going to bring the show to a wrap now. Please like the channel and like the video. If you like the video, just hit like, and it will help out the channel. And subscribe. And once you subscribe, the benefit of subscribing is that when we post a new video, if you click that bell, it will notify you when a new video is posted, so you can get the up-to-date price analysis. Thank you very much for listening, and I hope you all have a wonderful day.